My guest today is Leslie Householder. She's a three-time best-selling, award-winning, internationally published author of The Jackrabbit Factor, Portal to Genius, and Hidden Treasures, Heaven's Astonishing Help with Your Money Matters. She's the founder of Rare Faith with the School of Life Mastery. She also created Genius Bootcamp, a three-day workshop based on the book Portal to Genius, which gives you the training and environment to help you discover your genius or get inspired and find inspired solutions to your toughest challenges. Leslie is a wife, mother, author, speaker, and entrepreneur, sharing life lessons mostly about coping with stress, making sense out of setbacks, and conquering life's challenges. Leslie, thanks so much.
Yeah. Hello. Good to be here. Thanks, Marnie.
Definitely one of my favorite people on the planet. When I think of the most pivotal people in my life, you're definitely at the top of the list. So thank you so much.
Likewise. You are too, for me.
It's been a fun ride. How long have we known each other? Since like 2001 or something like that, I think. So
Been 23 years going on, maybe
crazy.
24, something like that. Yeah, it's been a long time.
So some of the questions I'm going to ask you, I know the answers to, but I want you to tell the audience. So what inspired you to write The Jackrabbit Factor?
When my husband and I married, we had big dreams. We had kind of come together and said, this is what we want our life to look like. We agreed on it. And so we got married. We just didn't really have a concept of how hard it would be to make that dream a reality. And so for the next 7 years, we were really battling just some really difficult challenges, seemingly more difficult than our peers. We were dealing with job losses and giant medical bills and cars that wouldn't start and just couldn't get in front of it. Couldn't seem to come up for air. And we had some friends that could see that a lot of our challenges probably were a result of the way we were responding to our setbacks. Like we were making things worse without realizing it. And so they invited us to start coming to these little meetings that were teaching about mindset and how to, personal development, business development, things that we could do to try to change the nature of our life at that time. And in time, we started to pick up on some of these little nuggets like, oh, maybe we could think differently about this or that. And nothing really changed for those first 7 years. We just kind of kept going back because we could tell there was something to it and we were trying to figure it out until we had one event that we went to, and there was a guest speaker there who kind of laid it out in a way that I'd never seen it before. And it made more sense to me the way he shared it. His name was Bob Proctor. And he explained how the mind worked and how the way we choose our thoughts has an impact on the results that we're going to experience. And the way he shared it was so simple, so profound, so elegant, just really boiled down to its essence. It took everything we'd been learning for the 7 years previously and just kind of packaged it up into this really simple way of thinking. And we're like, is it really that simple? Is that all it is? And putting those ideas to the test, we went home and tripled our income in 3 months. And it was just so dramatically different than what we'd been experiencing for the 7 years previously. I'm like, that was so simple and so profound. I have to teach this. And so I ended up training with that speaker to facilitate his programs. But I had 5 kids, one on the way at the time, I believe. And I did end up doing a few events, but it's just a lot of work to try to put together an event and get people to it and do the whole workshop. And so because I was still raising young children, I thought I can't not share what I learned, but I need to write a book. I'll write a book and let the book be the seminar so I can let it do the work teaching people while I just change diapers at home and do the mom thing. And so that was why I wrote The Jackrabbit Factor. I knew that it needed to be different though. We'd read many books about mindset and success principles, but I needed to create it differently so that it stood out, so that it would get people's attention in a different way than all the other books written on the subject. And so that's the reason I wrote that book.